Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back. So today we have another trade on the QQQ using my confluence, which is the DXY. So I'm trading the QQQ on the 1 hour chart and trying to use the DXY, which is also the dollar index, as a form of confluence to just get the direction of the market in the for the start of the day, or to find the direction of the market whenever it decides to make a trending move. And then from there, I basically try to play that direction and try to get in and out for a 1 to 3 risk reward, or 1 to 2 risk reward, or something like that, so I can recover my losses and to make some money. So basically, today, my first trade was actually a buy. So let me show you why. So I had a buy because the first candle was a big red on the dollar, right? So a big red on the dollar, it doesn't happen all the time, but it generally means that the equities are gonna go bullish, because if you're buying more equities, that's negative for the dollar. And if the dollar is positive, then that generally is negative for equities. So basically, my first position, and this is something that I'm learning, and that's why I try to journal every day so I can actually see my mistakes and review them, and also document everything that I'm doing. So basically, my first trade was just looking at the big red candle being formed. So I'm looking at the big red candle being formed, and as you can see, the price pushed all the way down here. If you understand candlesticks, you know that the red, top of the red is the open, the bottom is the close, and then this wick is basically how far price got pushed down before coming right back up and closing there, right? So during market open, price was pushing down on the dollar, and then let me see what it was here on the QQQ. It was still a red candle on the QQQ, but it might have pushed up a bit, and I saw that as a green light. However, that's why you have a stop loss. So as soon as price began to go against me, I was only able to lose $38 on this trade. So let me show you where I entered and where I got stopped out, because I didn't exit this trade manually. I had set my stop loss at the 30 mark, and that's where I got kicked out. So it's basically on the same candle, and I got kicked out within 4 minutes. So you can see I entered with 30 shares on the QQQ at 9:30. So it would be part of this 9 o'clock candle. And I entered at 28246. 28246. And let me just get it bigger so I can get more accuracy. So as you can see, I entered when it was more on the bullish side of things. So I expected it to continue going up. 28246, come on, right there. 28246, 28246. So right there, that's where I entered to the buy side. Because of the dollar going down, I expected the market to have a little bullish movement today. I was wrong, and that happens. But I think the art of trading is to just weigh your probability, just to find some confluence that gives your trade more probability to go right, and to have, what else you'd say, a good risk to reward. So you find a trade that you can probably be right 70% of the time, and then you can, every time you're right, you tend to make 2 or 3 times the amount that you could lose if you had played the trade anyways. So where I got stopped out was at 28128, 28128. I'm not sad about that, honestly. You know why? Because I kept the risk low. So I had entered here. I'd entered around there for the buy side, thinking we would have continued up. And I got stopped out as price began to break down lower. And then what I did was, while I'm seeing the dollar form a bottom here and begin to move very bullish, what I actually did was flip to the sell side, which is something I I don't think everybody should practice, but if you see an opportunity, I mean, definitely take it. So what I did was I entered to the sell side, and this was around 10:24 because this is GMT or British time. So on the 10:24 candle, which would have been the 10 o'clock candle here, I entered at 27921. Okay. So it's even more down here. So it really started to break down today. So on this candle, the 10 o'clock candle, I entered to the downside at 27921. 27921, right? And then I closed the trade at, what's this, 343. So I basically rode the trade for the entire day. And I mean, around this part is where I felt like I wanted to just exit, but at the same time, I moved my stop loss to around here, to the point where I could only make $27 or make a little bit more, which turned out to be profitable because I ended up making $80 on the trade just by holding it. So that's one way to just manage the risk to reward. I mean, I could only make money on this trade at the end of the day, but if I ended up making more, I would have really wanted that. So this is where I entered the trade to the sell side, and then I sold the trade at 27641. 27641 on the 3 o'clock candle. 27641. Yeah, so I did not get a bad sell at all, huh? 27641. So this is where I actually set a trailing stop loss, and that's where the trade hit me out. So I entered to the sell side here. I entered to the sell side there and got out around there for a profit of 80 82 $81 overall after trading fees and stuff like that. But basically, as you can see on the 10 o'clock candle, that's just very bullish for the dollar, and then that tended to reflect on the QQQ in the same way. It turned out to be very bearish on the QQQ, and then I was able to play that for some profits today, which worked out. And I want to actually look at how I've been playing out recently. I noticed that if I really stick to my plan, stick to the strategy, I'm probably profitable already. Just the strategy can work out. When it comes to me breaking, when I break my rules, that's when I really get burnt. So next week we can really just stick to the rules. There's no news, nothing outrageous going on. I can just play it plain vanilla, stick to the strategy, do not overtrade, and just go from there. Because as you can see, this trade was 20 shares. I made a win of 130. 20 shares, I lost $20, exited. 40 shares. So I wanted to keep the shares quite low. I won $68. 30 shares, I lost 30. 30 shares, I won around 29. 30 shares, I lost 30. When I went too big now, the 300 shares, that's when I lost 260, which I'm still grateful for. I did this because of believing that the CPI news would have continued or had a continuation. It did not, and it went against me, which is okay because I took a risk. I knew my risk, and I accept the loss that came with it. And then today I had these two trades, which one would have been 38. If I had made another one and it lost, it would have been a $60 loss, which wouldn't have been so bad. But as you can see, I'm actually having more wins as we go along. So you have a win, you have like a loss, a win, a loss, a win, a loss, a win, a loss, a loss, a win, a loss. Okay. So we'll see how tomorrow plays out and how the strategy really works. Again, I really want to provide value for everyone, and I really want to get to the point where I'm very consistent, very profitable, so that way I can really provide more value to everyone who actually support me, actually watch the videos, and actually participate I mean, these videos are going to be here even after I start doing much better, which is good because I think it is great that I'm able to document the process of how I build a strategy and how I built an edge and how I got like a better understanding of the market and how I began to trade the market with more consistency. So that's basically my aim, and I hope you can see some value in that and see some value in what I'm trying to build and do. If you have any suggestions, any comments, leave them in the comments. If you actually watch this to the end of the video, thank you. Like the video. Follow me on social media if you want to connect with me. And I mean, that's basically it. Thank you. I'll see you tomorrow. It's Friday. And bye. Bye.